in Joplin.
Right now at 10, we begin with developing news out of Northwest Arkansas after an officer is killed in the line of duty. Plus,
an emotional day in Coffeyville, Kansas, as a four-state hero is laid to rest after 68 years. I'm Zach Dodge with the story.
Plus, flooding in Seneca earlier today leading to voluntary evacuations. And James River Church in Joplin sets out on their day of service.
Watch News starts now.
We begin with developing news out of Northwest Arkansas. An officer has been killed in the line of duty. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Chris Warner. A Pea Ridge police officer is dead after being run over. Police have confirmed Officer Kevin Apple died while on duty. He was a 23-year police veteran. He served with Pea Ridge for 3 years. At around 11:30 this morning, Rogers PD alerted the Pea Ridge Police Department about a car they had been following. At around noon, Pea Ridge officers spotted the car at the White Oak gas station. Once police approached the vehicle, suspects rammed their car into a Pea Ridge police car, ran over Officer Kevin Apple, and then drove away. Now, with the help of several surrounding departments, including Rogers PD, the Benton County Sheriff's Office, Arkansas State Police, and more, they were able to catch the two suspects. Well, a four-state hero is laid to rest on American soil after being considered missing in action for more than 60 years. KOAM's Zach Dodge gives us a look at the emotional service.
Tears of pain as emotional scars from long ago are reopened.
We are all very proud of your service, Uncle Billy.
And tears of joy after decades without true closure.
Been a long time getting here.
Bill Fremont Hobbs grew up in northeast Oklahoma and Coffeyville, Kansas. In 1948, at the age of 18, he joined the Army and was sent to North Korea. Only 2 short years after enlisting, the worst happened.
While on a mission near Chosin Reservoir, he was driving a heavy mortar ammunition truck when he was bombed and the truck blew up, taking his life.
Following the battle, his remains could not be recovered. It wouldn't be until decades later, following the summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, that 55 boxes containing American remains were released to the U.S. Hobbs' remains were in the 50th. His brother Charles says after all that time, their hopes of finding him had worn thin.
And up till the last 2 or 3 years, we had given up hope.
But now he's finally back in his hometown and given the honor he deserves.
A good soldier of Jesus Christ must also be focused. He must not be distracted by other things as he fights this spiritual war. Billy, who we honor today, had this same focus. He loved his family and his life, but he was willing to lay his feelings aside and to serve a greater good of his country.
And his family finally gets to remember him by doing something some may take for granted: visit his grave.
He was there because he figured it was his duty. But I'm glad he's home. You know, you kindly give up everything again when they write and tell you that it's gone. So, but we know where he's at now. And I can take him right to his grave.
In Coffeyville, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Hobbs' service was held at the Veterans Memorial Patio at Fairview Cemetery in Coffeyville. He's laid to rest at Restlawn Memorial Park Cemetery in Coffeyville next to his mom. Rain showers, sprinkles falling on my head outside. Nick Kelly joins us.
At least that pales in comparison to the flooding rainfall that some of us had to deal with this morning, Chris. And some of that rainfall was heavy at times, certainly when it passed through Joplin. In fact, we picked up 3 inches of rain, just over that, officially at the rain bucket at the airport. And thankfully, if there's one good thing to come from all the rain, it kept temperatures down, certainly compared to yesterday. 68 this morning and only topping out around 83 degrees. But across the entire region, at least area-wide, almost 3 inches of rainfall, needless to say, much more heavier pockets around Seneca and some of our northern counties. That's why we have flood warnings in the green where it really pops, and then flash flood watches for the rest of the region because we're not done with our rain chances. In fact, we're seeing developing rain and storms mainly along and south of US 400, and then a wider picture shows more beginning to build across northeastern parts of Oklahoma. As long as that storm system's still around, we are going to hold on to these rain chances. Mid to upper 70s right now. Quick look at the day ahead of us has the rain developing in some spots overnight and rolling through. Lows near 69, and we'll just deal with scattered storms again tomorrow. I think temperature-wise similar with highs near 83. We'll see how long for the week we'll have to deal with these rain chances here in a bit, Chris.
All right, Nick, thank you. And those heavy rains led to flash flooding this morning in the area, resulting in evacuations in Seneca. Now, Lost Creek in Seneca began to rise rapidly this morning, with the Seneca Area Fire Protection District and Seneca Police Chief both taking to social media and notifying people that some evacuations were underway. Officials were going around the community evacuating people as needed.
My friend Mike Steele from the funeral home called me this morning and said that water was starting to come up pretty fast and he needed some help. So I came down, we started sandbagging, getting everything, try to keep it dry. Several of the businesses in town did get a lot of water.
Now, with more rain in the forecast, as Nick just mentioned, officials say it's important to stay alert for rapidly changing conditions. And a boil water advisory has been issued for the city of Sarcoxy. The city posted on their Facebook page the city's well pump had taken a hit as a result of this morning's storms, which resulted in low water pressure throughout the city. Now, the city did post this evening that the well has been repaired. However, the boil advisory will remain in effect until at least Tuesday. Officials will be working with the Missouri Department of Natural Resources in order to get the order rescinded. Well, collectors unite. Today was the third Joplin Collectors Expo, the first since the pandemic, and the first mini expo they've ever tried. The mini expo was held at Cecil Floyd Elementary School in Joplin. More than 20 vendors were on hand showcasing a variety of collectible items. Few people even taking time to dress up for the event. Organizers say they wanted to start small after last year's pause.
Since we haven't had one, I just kind of wanted to have a smaller one and see how it went. And this is strictly vendors, so the bigger show will have like a cosplay contest, battle bots, and stuff like that.
Miller says they're hoping to have that bigger show this October. Folks in Nevada lucked out today as the wet weather didn't ruin the fun at the town's first ever Pride Festival. There was a ton of cool stuff for visitors to check out, including local vendors, local food, activities for the kids, and a lot more. But one of the co-hosts tells us that she's really happy with the festival's turnout because the people who attend are what make it truly special.
I just thought it was really important that we do something like a festival to not only unite our community, but to show especially the younger kids that they're not alone. There's a ton of us out here. There's a ton of love and support. Nevada as a city has come so far and is growing in such a progressive direction, and we just want to come out here today and celebrate that.
This is the first time they've done that, and they're wanting to make it an annual tradition. Topping Nation Watch, rescuers found a fifth body in the rubble at the scene of the deadly condo collapse in Surfside, Florida on Saturday. 156 people are still unaccounted for. CBS News correspondent Elise Preston reports from New York.
As rescuers hold out hope at the collapsed Surfside condo building, Saturday brought more grim news.
Today, our search and rescue teams found another body in the rubble. And as well, our search has revealed some human remains.
Forensic experts will use DNA samples already collected from family members to quickly identify the remains. Officials reported making progress battling a fire at the disaster site that has been hampering rescue efforts.
Our top priority continues to be search and rescue and saving any lives that we can.
The Spiegel family is searching for any news about their mother, 65-year-old Judy Spiegel.
I know my mom is a fighter. I know she loves us. I know she doesn't want to give up.
As investigators work to determine what caused the collapse, an engineer's report from 2018 found abundant cracking in concrete columns, beams, and walls in the building's parking garage, and major structural damage to a concrete structural slab caused by failed waterproofing. But the report did not indicate those issues could lead to a collapse. Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett says he's working on a plan to temporarily relocate residents of a sister building.
For those that are frightened and concerned, I wanted to make sure that they had options.
Miami-Dade County officials say they're reviewing the safety of buildings 40 years or older. Elise Preston, CBS News.
And we take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Specialist Benjamin Baxter is currently serving with the Army and has been since 2006. His hometown, Bella Vista, Arkansas. We're proud to recognize Specialist Benjamin Baker, tonight's four-state hero. And remember, to learn more about other heroes and nominate one of your own, just head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, the James River Church picks the Joplin School District for their annual Day of Service. And is the truth really out there? We'll have the latest on a recently released UFO report. Volunteers from the James River Church in Joplin partnered with the Joplin School District for their third annual Day of Service, which included a number of projects to help the district. James River Church has been in the Joplin community for 3 years, and each of those years they've picked a group for their Day of Service. This year it was the Joplin School District with a focus on the Roy S. Wood campus at 15th and Connecticut.
The way it works is we come to the district and we say, how can we help you this year? What are projects you'd like to do, but maybe it's not in your budget to do it, or maybe you just don't have the time, and we bring in volunteers and we knock out those projects for them in a single day.
Superintendent Dr. Melinda Moss says she's honored James River picked them for Saturday's work.
It's just a tangible way that our community is showing yet again how much they care for Joplin schools and are here to serve, and on a rainy, wet Saturday, they have had record numbers come out.
Dr. Moss says it's something that will have a long-term impact when everyone gets back to class in the fall.
It's a message to our students and our faculty and staff that, hey, Joplin schools, we really care and we want to make your surroundings even more pleasant, and the kids notice it and the teachers notice it, and it builds morale.
Jahanshir says this project is a great life lesson to the kids helping out as well.
Yeah, I think that's huge for kids to be able to come alongside and to be in the schools alongside parents, painting, seeing why it's so important to volunteer and to give back to the community, I think makes a difference in their life for the years to come.
Now, today's work also included landscaping at the Roy S. Wood campus, as well as deep cleaning of the district's 70-plus school buses. Well, the long-awaited Pentagon report on these guys, UFOs, has finally been released, and it echoes reporting from 60 Minutes that plenty of unidentified flying objects remain just that, unidentified and mysterious. Here's CBS's David Martin.
This strange encounter with an unidentified flying object is one of more than 140 U.S. intelligence cannot explain. This one was witnessed by the crews of 2 Navy jet fighters off the coast of California.
There was 4 of us in the airplanes literally watching this thing for roughly about 5 minutes.
And as they told 60 Minutes, recording it on a targeting camera until it zipped away.
Your mind tries to make sense of it. I'm going to categorize this as maybe a helicopter or maybe a drone. And when it disappeared, I mean, it was just...
A report by this country's top intelligence officials acknowledges there have been 18 encounters in which so-called unexplained aerial phenomena demonstrate advanced technology U.S. experts cannot explain, which is what David Fravor has been saying ever since his encounter in 2004.
I don't know who's building it, who's got the technology, who's got the brains, but there's something out there that was better than our airplane.
The report by the Office of National Intelligence found no evidence they came from outer space, nor any evidence that these unidentified objects belong to a country like Russia or China, which has made some stunning technological breakthrough that rewrites the laws of physics. Are they a threat? According to the intelligence report, pilots have reported 11 near misses. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Later on the KOAM News at 10, there's a day for everything. So what day is it today? That answer is coming up.
But first, we are dealing with returning thunderstorm chances tonight. We'll see if it lasts for the week ahead here in just a bit.
wardrobe.
After a bit of a break from our rain chances early this morning, we are seeing those rain chances ramp back up once again as we go through the overnight. From Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, you can see how we had the time-lapse start soaked from heavy rain and thunderstorms from late last night through the early morning hours. Then we saw at least some breaks in the action and some breaks in the clouds as the day rolled along. Let me take you to the map, because not only are we keeping an eye on thunderstorms developing out there going into the overnight, we had one batch of heavy rain and storms late last night into this morning, another batch coming up along 44. That just led to quite a bit of rainfall just within that time span alone. Almost 3 inches on the average across the entire region, but we zoom into a few hot spots where we had rain amounts pushing between 8 and almost 10 inches from Seneca and not far away from Wyandotte and Fairland. 3.5 in Miami, 6.7 in Bonita, nearly 4 inches almost for areas around Sarcoxy. And these numbers repeat themselves once you hop north 400 in parts of southwest Missouri and especially out in southeastern Kansas. So it's no surprise that where the green really pops on this map, flood warnings continue at least until tomorrow. Everyone else under a flood or a flash flood watch, because our rain chances are not done just yet. We've got a little bit of a break in the action to start the evening out, but I zoom in a little bit, or I actually take you back to the map here. This is redeveloping rain and thunderstorms for our southern counties for now, but this is going to continue to expand on top of us as we go through the overnight. Looking quiet from 7th and Range Line, but we are warm at 78, southwest wind at 5, making it feel like 80, thanks to a dew point sitting at 72. Most of us are in the mid 70s, almost upper 70s in a few spots as well, while we keep an eye on our redeveloping rain and thunderstorms and additional rain trying to develop across central and southwestern parts of Oklahoma. All of this, including the severe weather around parts of the Great Lakes today, all part of our frontal system stuck on top of us at the surface. And this upper low, that's going to take a lot of persuading to move along. So as long as these two systems stick around for a good portion of next week, so too will the rain chances. That does include the rain chances for tonight. It could be a loud night for some of you, but I'm not expecting any severe weather. But the strongest of these storms, we certainly can't rule out some moderate to heavy rainfall. Maybe a little bit of a break or backing things off a bit around lunchtime, and then redeveloping scattered thunderstorms as we go into the afternoon. As far as your day planner goes, if it will ever work for me, I guess not, we will see temperatures similar to today. Upper 60s in the morning and highs around 83. Then we'll see scattered rain and storms Sunday evening going into Monday as well, with once again highs staying in the 80s. Within the next 2 days alone, this is why the flash flood watches and flood warnings are out. Maybe another ½ inch to 2 inches until we get to about Monday. But some heavier pockets could certainly see rain amounts push over 4 inches if we see more heavy pockets of rain on the way. If there's a good thing about all these rain chances, it keeps temperatures down, mainly in the mid 80s all the way through Friday, between 82 and 84 degrees. But by Friday, Chris, that system gets a hint, clears on out. Will be mostly sunny Saturday with highs near 80.
Looking forward to a week from now when it finally dries out.
I think we all are.
Nick, thank you so much. Danny joining us. Haven Shepard from Carthage has made the U.S. Paralympic team.
We'll hear her thoughts on the achievement coming up. Plus, the Cardinals aim to snap a 5-game skid against the Pirates. Those highlights and more next.
Nick Kelly.
Phone consultation.
Carthage's Haven Shepard is headed to Tokyo. The 18-year-old spent last weekend at a meet in Minneapolis and at its conclusion found out that she was named to the Women's Paralympic swim team. Shepard will be competing in the 100-meter breaststroke and the 200 IM. She'll be training here at home for the next handful of weeks before she leaves on August 15th. Shepard says her goal in Tokyo is to just have fun and do her best. Here's her thoughts on reaching this long sought after goal.
Definitely a lot of sacrifice. You know, I've missed so many things. I missed weddings and birthday parties, which birthday parties come around every year. But like just graduation, I missed a lot of big things, and it's so rewarding that I got to make the team because it all seemed like it was worth something.
You can find the full story on Haven Shepherd on the sports page on KOAMNewsNow.com. The Outlaws spend another week at the top of the South Division, their record now 9-6. Tonight they begin a 2-game road series against the St. Joe Mustangs. It's a close one at Phil Welch Stadium, tied up at 5 in the 9th. This one might need more. Brandon Ulmer has 2 RBI, and Callan Prochaski's got a solo home run. The struggling Cardinals have dropped their last 5 games, including their first 2 of their home series against the Pirates. The division matchup continues today. 2 men on, Yadier Molina knocks one through the gap for a base hit. That sends Dylan Carlson home from second. He makes it in plenty of time. Cards up 1-0. Next inning, Paul DeYoung sends this one over the wall in left. That's a solo home run. Pirates will do the same. Gregory Polanco with a home run to cut the Cardinals' lead in half. And then Paul Goldschmidt gets home run number 11. But wait, 470 feet this ball travels, absolutely crushed it. Cardinals win 3-1. The Royals down in Texas through the weekend, looking to even up the series against the Rangers here in Game 2. Kansas City gets shut out 8-0 with just 3 hits. That'll be their 4th loss in a row. Cardinals get one more shot at the Rangers on Sunday. We'll be right back with more news.
At B&B Fireworks.
Whether it's pina coladas or an ice cream, you can celebrate summer with a tropical fruit. Saturday is National Coconut Day. Now, while coconuts are one of those, you have to love them or hate them. One of those love them or hate them foods. The fruit is one of the most versatile and healthy things you can eat, and coconuts aren't just popular in smoothies or for cooking. The extract is great for hair and skin because it is rich in vitamins and minerals. So whatever you do with the rest of your Saturday, don't be afraid to go a little cuckoo for some coconuts.
It's weird with me about coconuts. It's like I don't like it on cakes, especially when you have to decorate it with like shaved coconut, but I like coconut water.
I like coconut water and Almond Joy Mounds, which is the one I guess I don't enjoy it enough. Danny, coconuts?
Not a fan, but I do like your voice.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. Are you coconuts for sports?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good.
That I like.
Nick, final check of that forecast.
All right, we're not crazy about these rain chances that'll stick around, but that's what we have in the forecast tomorrow with highs near 83.
Nick, thank you so much. Good day for singing tomorrow. Good day for sports, hopefully.
If the weather can hold out, we'll see.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That's our time for now. Remember, we're always on at KOAMNewsNow.com and with that handy little KOAM News Now app. Thanks for making us part of your night.